I love that you've had the opportunity to do both and having lived both. I think one, you can recognize that, as you were just saying a minute ago, you have to try and live lean because you're trying to make as much money as you can just to live. And you recognize you have to reinvest your money into this baby and grow it, but then also recognizing there can be a better way. So I'm curious, how do you reconcile the two? You were able with the storage business to hire from the top first, but what do you say to the person who can't afford to do that, but would love to hire those higher, better employees, better roles, but they just aren't at that point yet?
I mean, I would say, I guess my advice is, like you said, I've done both. I don't feel like people who haven't done the bootstrap way, like people who haven't done it from scratch, I feel like they have a disadvantage of trying to do it the other way because you where the business is inefficient, right? So
Mm.
like there's a lot of risk. Like say someone inherits a bunch of money and they just want to start a business and hire from the top, like there's a lot of lessons that they'll miss out on from experiencing the bootstrap business, right?
Yeah.
And you have to stay lean. It has to make sense. It has to. Every person is an investment, right?
Yep.
And we look at businesses and real estate assets as investments, but every person is an investment, and they have to have a return.
Yeah.
So, what I would say to the person that maybe doesn't have the opportunity to, spend a big money on a big Fortune 500 CEO to come in, it's like more power to you, honestly. Like,
Hmm.
don't worry about that. Calculate. Here's like really the lesson. Look at your net income or your how much money you took home last year,
Hmm.
2024. And then divide that up by, you're working out 40 hours a week for, however many working days it is. I think we said we work 313 days a year for my company. Anyways, calculate that. Maybe that's $50 an hour for you.
Hmm.
So anything that you can get someone to do for less than $50 an hour, delegate, hire that, right? And that's going to cut into your discretionary income temporarily, but if they can be efficient, it's going to raise your income or give you time to go make more money.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not 50, maybe it's $25 an hour, and you can hire VAs for $8 or $9 an hour.